All right, let's dive into an idea that is, believe it or not, both thousands of years old and totally futuristic. I'm talking about the Guild, and we're going to explore how this ancient concept is making a massive comeback in our digital world today. This whole thing boils down to a really simple but powerful truth, right? For literally thousands of years, we humans have been teaming up, not just to, survive, but to really master craft, to guard secrets, and to build something way bigger than any one of us could alone. It's just baked into our DNA. And guess what? That same ancient impulse, it's coming back. And today it's taking a totally new form, something called the Knowledge Gardens. Think of it like a modern hub, a digital ecosystem built to connect all the creators, the builders, and the innovators of right now. Okay, so to really get where this is all heading, we've got to go back, way back. And our journey actually starts before the history books were even written. We're talking myth, we're talking legend, a time when the very first guilds were basically forged from secret pacts and whispered knowledge. I mean, just think about it for a second. You had the Greek collegia, who were basically guardians of forbidden knowledge. You had the legendary Norse berserkers, right? These warrior bands bound together by these super powerful oaths. Heck, even the idea of a thieves' guild from fantasy stories, it all points to the same thing, this deep, deep need we have to organize around a special skill or a secret craft. These weren't just cool stories. They were showing us something fundamental about ourselves, that drive for belonging, for shared power, for protecting what we know. All right, so let's jump forward a bit. How did this idea go from these whispered legends to become like the actual bedrock of civilization? Well, this is where the guild gets tested, proven, and really formalized. This is where it started, quite literally, building the world that we live in. And you can actually see that evolution play out over time. It all started with those mythical oaths, maybe around a campfire somewhere. Then it got more organized with a Roman collegia. Fast forward to the medieval era, and suddenly guilds have these official charters that basically ran entire cities. And get this, it wasn't just a European thing, not by a long shot. You had institutions like the Shrinis in India that became these massive economic powerhouses all over the world. This part is so cool because you can draw a straight line from these historical guilds to things we see today. So you had craft guilds, right? Their whole job was quality control. Sound familiar? That's basically today's verified creators. Merchant guilds controlled trade and supply chains, just like modern supplier networks. Even religious guilds, which were all about community and shared belief, kind of feel like today's shared interest DAOs. You know, those online groups where people pool their money and efforts for a common cause. The names are different, for sure, but the fundamental idea, it's exactly the same. So that brings up a really big question, doesn't it? In our modern world, with the Industrial Revolution and giant global corporations, where did the guilds go? It kind of seems like these super powerful groups just vanished. But did they really? No way. They didn't disappear. The need for them never went away. The idea just evolved. It adapted, it transformed into something totally new, built for our digital age. And this is what that evolution looks like. It's called the Knowledge Gardens. It's basically a platform that takes all those core ideas from the old guilds and rebuilds them for the world we live in now, a world of AI, of online shopping, of decentralized networks. The whole point is to connect every single step of the creative process, from that first spark of an idea all the way to the finished product in someone's hands. So, what does one of these modern guilds actually look like? Well, it's not a building, it's a whole ecosystem. It connects the AI tools you might use for design with the physical tools you need to actually make something. It links the people who supply raw materials with the merchants who sell the final product. And the secret sauce? The glue holding this whole thing together? Verification. It's all about building trust and guaranteeing quality. Sound familiar? That's exactly what the old guildmasters did. Okay, I know this might sound a little abstract, a little out there. So let's make this super concrete with a real-world case study. Seriously, this is where you'll see how powerful this idea really is. So take a look at the Orchid Intelligence Garden. This isn't just some website with pretty pictures. It's an incredibly deep, curated, and verified knowledge base. We're talking detailed information on more than 400 different species of orchids. This is the modern guild's treasure chest. It's specialized, protected knowledge. And check out how the ecosystem works. The data, it comes from super trustworthy sources like the famous Kew Gardens. The platform itself gives you these amazing tools, like a 3D browser so you can actually explore the orchids from any angle. Then, and this is the key part,
It connects you directly to a verified seller, a place called Ecuagenera, where you can actually buy these rare plants. And the whole thing is backed up by real botanical science. See? It's a perfect loop, from information to a cool experience to actually buying something.
So you might be wondering, what's the magic that makes all this work? Well, the secret is something called structured data. That's the technical engine humming away under the hood. All it really means is that the information is organized in a super smart way that computers can understand and connect instantly. But for us, for the humans using it, it's presented through an interface that's easy to use, maybe a little gamified, and honestly just fun. It's the best of both worlds, machine-level efficiency with a really great human experience. And what's really amazing is that this creates a clear 5-step path for pretty much anyone to build their own garden. First, you pick a niche, something you're really passionate about. Second, you verify all the players, the data, the suppliers, the sellers, to build that all-important trust. Third, you structure all that information. Fourth, you connect the whole ecosystem together. And finally, number 5, you earn. You can actually earn from the value that gets created every time a connection is made in your garden. So yeah, this is way more than just a cool history lesson, right? This is a blueprint for the future of how we're all going to create, build, and sell things together. The tools are here. The model works. So when you boil it all down, it doesn't matter if it's an ancient oath whispered in a misty forest thousands of years ago, or a digital handshake happening right now in some AI-powered ecosystem. That deep, fundamental human need to connect, to create, and to build something valuable together, well, that's just timeless. It never goes away. So, the only question left is for you. What's that specialized knowledge that you have? What community could you bring together? What connections could you help create? Because in this new era of digital guilds, what knowledge garden will you cultivate?